what word to start with. What picture to give out. There are some people in this world that they live on letters and words, and they abide their lives through letters and words. There are so many people they actually kill and rob and kill just for letters and words. There are so many people out there. They live through pictures, beautiful, beautiful pictures. And sometimes the pictures are cloudy, and sometimes they're rough. And there are people out there that only live in hope. And they keep looking for something to fester up the fire, to keep the fire going of hope. And these people, they live day by day, week by week, year by year, constantly looking for more and more hope in books, in their homes. Maybe their thoughts that can produce them, maybe in the newspaper, or maybe television too. There are so many people out there. They live only by what they see and touch, and nothing else exists. And here, clear across the world, on the other side of the planet, there are little children playing in jungles, in forests, and deserts too, climbing little hills, climbing trees also. There are those that walk on this planet, kilometer by kilometer, and they pay no attention to the kilometers that they have walked. And they're looking for something. They don't know what it is that they are hunting for. But they look to their left, to their right, they look ahead. And sometimes when they find themselves sitting down, they look down in the ground. Maybe it's behind a stone. Maybe it's only a meter underneath the earth. Or maybe I just haven't walked far enough to see it. And those that walk and walk and walk looking for something to find, they don't know if it's a human being, maybe it's an animal, maybe it's a unique tree, maybe it's a different light, maybe it's a twilight. There are those that walk and walk and walk and walk. They go from door to door, building to building, looking out windows 30 stories above the planet. They even look through books. And they find as they read from letter to letter, from word to word, they can find themselves traveling for thousands and thousands of kilometers into the far-off lands. There are so many people out there in this world. They are not looking for anything, but they know they have to go to work. They know that they have stomachs to fill with foods of all different colors. And they also know the anxiety and thoughts that linger deep down inside. They go from moment to moment, from moment to moment. And they captivate each moment like having a camera and taking a picture of it all. These people that live from moment to moment, and not keeping track of the seconds or minutes or hours either. Sometimes to be appropriate and sometimes not. Hoping to catch that moment and the next. There are these people that walk this planet, and there's no one in their eyes, and yet they can see who to avoid, what trees to go around, what doors to open, and how to read an address. There are these people that live in the world. They read and read and read and read. They have literally crossed thousands and thousands of letters. And so many words have been filled and jam-packed inside that little brain of theirs. And as they do their day and do their life, and because the amount of reading that they have done, they continue to read. And you can still see in their eyes they're still reading away as they are talking about some event. There are these people that live in the world, that they pray and pray and pray. And they pray very, very quietly inside, very silently too. And as the day is washed away and the moon comes out, and a beautiful, beautiful light of the moon is shining, reflecting off leaves and buildings and foreheads too, and how the prayer starts to increase. It dives deeper down inside them. And as the little whispers and sounds of each prayer, of each syllable that they are praying, with lips barely moving, barely quivering, they can sense the little tiny earthquakes inside. There are so many people walking on this world today that are so lost. They are lost in their heads. They're even lost in their neighborhoods and communities too. And they haven't found their bones yet. They haven't found their name. They haven't found the sense of themselves. They haven't found their emotional body or mental body too. And they even haven't found their own feet. And these people, they wander and wander and wander. And they lay millions and millions of footprints upon the planet. And there are individuals that walking this planet that almost everything that they touch and see, they lay a foundation of light on it. A light of clarity, a light of beauty, a light with a map. And those that look into the eyes of these people, the beauty of this light that is transmitted inside, the map has literally been transferred, asking for no money, nothing in return. And a new highway has been laid out. A new frequency to tune in to discover oneself much better. There are those, so many, They can put on their clothes and put on their shoes. They can eat very well, communicate very well. They can work diligently and profusely in so many beautiful ways. And yet they have not woken up yet. They see the sun, they see the stars at night. They see the far hills and the forest and the river rolling by. They can drive automobiles and even fly beautiful, beautiful 747 jets. And still at the age of 52, they have not woken up yet. There are those at the age of 7, so awake, so alert they are, that they wonder what planet they have landed upon, and to wonder why am I here? And who are these people that I call my mother and father? There are those, and not many, the nomads that have no idea that they are a nomad, that they cannot help without a map. They cannot help but travel east, maybe west, maybe southeast, maybe northwest. And one may think maybe it's a gravitational pull, or maybe it is something deep inside of them. An astronaut, you could say. An astronaut to visit every continent, every piece of land, and to see a multitude of faces, so many beautiful faces. And basically to understand and to see what has put me together, brick by brick, biological cell by biological cell. There are those, but not many, that they know where to walk and where to stand. And where they stand, they feel the earth beneath their feet. And little tiny vibrations they are. But those little vibrations are a little love letter to you. And this letter with these little tiny vibrations inside, they are what put your eyes to set upon a landscape, to see afar and to see so close. Who are we? Who are we? You cannot ask these questions of your parents, not even grandparents. And you cannot even ask these questions of most people on this planet. It is you that has to ask these questions to yourself. And it is you that has the voice inside. Not the voice that you speak words with to your bosses, to your children, or to your neighbors, but is literally the voice inherited in all creatures. Even the little spiders, even the fishes of the oceans and lakes too. And this voice is even there with the birds and all the little creatures that live below and above the ground. This is the voice that touches all. It encompasses all directions. And when we ask these very, very simple questions, so profound they are, so quiet they are, and yet so you. And yet so you. This voice is not Slavic, it's not Russian nor German. This voice is not Indian too. This voice is not Chinese. It's not even Spanish nor French. It is this voice that is up to you to discover. And most people have the means too. You need not to be holy, you need not to be good nor bad. You need not to be lost nor found. This voice does not come from the economy, does not come from the wave of a Western world that has literally waved wave upon wave that has overcome this planet. For you are of the earth, not of a society. You are the earth standing up. And when we leave this planet, we have to give back this body back to the earth. And you, nomad, it is your choice. To keep the name of the economy that it has given you, to keep the address where you live, to see yourself with the cell phone number that you have, or for you, when there are no clouds above, for you to look up and to see a night sky with shimmering stars, so quiet it is. A light that is so eternal, And this beautiful, beautiful, quiet light, it is a key that unlocks this voice of yours. There are so many human beings on this planet. They walk on words and philosophies. Their earth are letters and a multitude of words. But one drop of blood on the earth, and the earth knows that it is you. Your minds are beautiful, but a mind has no blood. Your hearts are beautiful, and your hearts are of blood. Your last word of the day, I wonder what it will be. Your last word of your life, I wonder what it will be. I wonder. Yo ho ho. Yo ho ho. Yo ho ho. Nayate ha ha. Peace to your mind. Nete. Peace to your heart. Nese. Peace to your life. We're going to go into the fire dance now. Traveling, we've been traveling for 3 months on tour from city to city, and most of the countries in Europe we have touched. And this is our last stop, and then we go home for a while. a message that's very difficult to get across. Is the one thing I don't want to do is change anybody. Nobody. Don't want to change anybody. To me, everybody is fine just as you are. Just as you are. You've got the stars and the moon. You got a planet that knows you. You are as loved and blessed as any stone, as any tree. There's nothing to forgive. There's no one to save. It's just a matter of understanding. And what voice to listen to. What has given us light, not just lights of lamps, fluorescent lights in public buildings, and headlights in cars. But what gives us light to have an imagination? And what gives us light to speak words and walk? And what gives us light to chew our food and to make all sorts of things and gadgets. This light you were conceived with, and this light you were born with. It's just that most people get mesmerized, so mesmerized that they don't even know it, that they literally start to live under a light. A light of society. That literally brings people down to their knees. And when you see, not just yourself, but everybody has this light, bad or good, difficult or kind, you will see very, very quietly, you have started a fire inside of you. Very quietly, each biological body cell and billions of body cells we have, that gives you the means to have lips and kiss, that gives you the means to have cheeks to smile, that gives you the means to hold pencils and shake hands and touch one another. And then it is that your whole body they start to work together. You see, it is we that divides ourselves. It is we that puts up the walls in our minds. It is we that puts up the fences in our mind. It is we that shuts the door and closes the curtains in our mind. And yet they are all but an illusion. And once we believe that illusion, We lose contacts very, very quietly and softly with our biological cells, and pretty soon we lose contact with our own bones. You are magical. Do not let this Western world tell you who you are. For you are a child of the stars. Put together brick by brick, cell by cell. By a divine love that no human being can look at face to face. It's too much. Let's dance.